ability to perceive or feel or be conscious of events or things around you. And once that awareness, comes up, then that awareness helps you develop an attitude. And once you develop this attitude, manner, or disposition or feeling about something, it gauges how fast or how hard you're going to go after something. From attitude, we went into, I love this word, adroit. And adroit, I know is not a common word that we use in everyday language, but it really fits in with one of these attributes that we have to develop, because adroit, as the definition is, a cleverly skillful and adept under pressing conditions to be able to get out of them, to be able to handle them, to be able to resolve them without resorting to something that's really going to set you back. So when you're able to skillfully handle problems when you're under pressure, this is why I like this word adroit, because it brings in that quality. Adroit, you're going to look at avert. Now, you may think that avert and adroit would be similar, which they probably are, but avert in this way, to go back, you're going the wrong way, to turn around, to turn aside from, to ward off, to prevent. Because where adroit, you skillfully get out of problems, to avert a problem is to stop it before it becomes a problem. That's a skill all by itself that we need to develop and really work on. The aptitude, and this here is being able to avert a problem. How quick are you in learning things? And I use this analogy that you've got, like these people in the line, and everybody steps up to this hole, they hear this noise on the other side, and everybody walks up there and they stick their face up there and they come around holding their eye. And the next guy in line looks at him and says, "Hey man, what happened? Man, I got poked in the eye." And this guy walks up and he sticks his face in there after he just saw the guy behind him get his eye poked, and then he sticks his eye up there and gets poked. Well, the third guy in line, because he has an aptitude, the ability to learn things quickly. Hold on, if them first two people got their eye poked out, dude, I'm not doing this. So how quickly do you learn things so you can avoid problems, so you can skillfully get up out of them? Aptitude. Appetite, love this one. The appetite, how hungry are you? How hard are you going to go after what you want? That desire, that liking for something, that appetite for power. And we're not talking about wanting power in a way to be dominant over somebody, but being a power in your life, being a power for God. How hungry are you? Where's your appetite for that? An appetite for success. And that appetite for success comes from your desire to, how do you help other people? Acceptance. And I'm looking at acceptance on a couple of levels here. Number one, we accept the things in our past that we can't change. We accept the abilities that we have, that this is, I'm not a piano player. I never will be. I have to accept the fact that as much as I love the piano, I love listening to it, I just don't have the ability to play it. And I accepted that, but I can appreciate and get a lot of joy out of listening to it. But I have other abilities that I have that I accept that this here is where my station is. And number two, acceptance, when we look at the awards that's given, as me being the head of my household, I have to accept that responsibility wholeheartedly. I have to accept that responsibility sincerely. Being able to step up and be the head of my family. I accept that position and I'm going to execute the duties and responsibilities that headship calls for. That is another part of the acceptance that we're talking about here. Advance. And I like using the football guy here to move, to bring forward, to bring into consideration, to bring into notice that any ideas that I have on my job, nobody will know how good you are until you start advancing your own agenda. And I'm not talking a selfish agenda, but if you saw that there are things in this plant that could possibly make it work more efficiently, nobody will ever know unless you advance your ideas. When you go in for a job interview, people will ask you, why do you want to work here? Advance your abilities. Tell them why. Hey, I noticed, and this here's the research that we do before we go in, that you need me to work for you because of, and then you advance your abilities. You talk about who you are, how you solve problems, why this company needs you, because if nobody promotes you, you got to promote yourself. And I like the football thing here because everybody, you got 11 guys on this field that their main job is to hit this guy and to stop him. And if he gets hit once, he's not going to fall down. Man, every time he gets hit, his feet never stop moving. He is always going forward. And this is what we talk about in life. That life will hit you, but you still got to dig in and keep moving forward. You got to keep advancing down that road. If success is your goal, you got to have that forward motion. You can't let anything stop you. And this is what that field of life, the players on that life, because some people don't want to see you succeed. And they're going to do everything that they can to stop you. But it is your job to keep moving forward, to dig in. Your feet never stop moving. You advance your career, you advance your ideas. This is one of the 10 important attributes for success, is to keep advancing. Allocate. Everything has a time and place. In order for me to get ready for the next phase, I got to set time aside to take care of my body. I got to set time aside to take care of my family. I got to set time aside to take care of my job. So when I start even to train, allocate my time and training, even the funds that I get off of my job, if I don't put my money in the right place, I'm going to come up short. I'm going to come up lacking. And it's going to divert me into an area because now I got to play catch up. When I learned what the allocation is to set aside, to set apart for a particular purpose, when I started allocating my time, money, and resources towards that goal of success, then when I need it, I can reach over in that pot, it's there for me. Because I learned how to allocate my time and energies and resources to be available when I needed them. None of this stuff works. None of it works if we don't put it into action. So those first 9 things that we talked about, like having the awareness, having the right attitude, being adroit in getting out of problems, avert to prevent problems from happening, to have the aptitude for learning, to have that appetite to succeed, to advance your cause. None of that stuff works if we don't put it into action. And this is probably one of the 10 most important attributes for success, is putting that plan that you have into action. And when we do that, we can see our lives change in a very powerful and positive way. And the actions that we take now will determine what our future looks like.